Do you know why the majority of black people did not support Ronald Reagan when he ran for president in 1980? The short answer is that Ronald Reagan had a history of not supporting black people. Let me be more specific and more direct. Ronald Reagan had a history of being a racist. You may be asking, well, what does it have to do with 2024? There were 7 reasons why black people didn't support Ronald Reagan. At least 7 reasons, perhaps more, but at least 7 reasons. And those 7 reasons apply to Donald Trump because he's doing the same exact thing. So let's talk about reason number 1 that black people had beef or had issues with Ronald Reagan. Number 1, he came into notoriety, into prominence, and into the realm and the arena of politics in 1963 in the state of California when he was running for governor. At that time, there was a Fair Housing Act that was being proposed that ultimately passed in 1963. Ronald Reagan said that if he was elected to be the governor of California, he would move to have that law stricken from the statutes of California. Now, he tried, but ultimately he was not successful. But when he took that position, he was signaling to the racists, the segregationists who lived in California that he was pro-white and anti-black. In the 1970s, Donald Trump and his father were sued by the United States government for discriminating against black people, failing, resisting, refusing to rent their apartments to qualified black people because they wanted to maintain segregation. Ronald Reagan in 1971, when he was trying to oppose what was called Red China, now Communist China, which is now just China, entrance into the United Nations, was upset with the African ambassadors from several African nations because they voted to include China into the United Nations. In a secret conversation with then President Nixon, he referred to the ambassadors of African nations as being monkeys. And he said those people are just now getting used to wearing shoes. Monkeys! Well, Donald Trump, when he was running for president, referred to the African nations, you remember that quote, as the S-hole nations.